Hello folks, this is Dave from Single Player Everything. Welcome to a game of Civilization 2. We'll be playing as the Romans. This is a small map, large land density, little ocean, and we're playing as Romans. So we can expect to see a few more hills than usual, a few more mountains than usual. And we're starting with 2 settlers, which is great. So if I take the hut before settling, I will probably get a free unit or some gold. That's fine as well. Possibly setting in place is good for the grapes, but I think I have a few too mountains, so I'm gonna move one to the northeast and settle there. I am using modded UI interface that actually got updated now in December of 2024, which is excellent. And you can see it has some quality of life changes to the game. Not only does it have compatibility to Windows 11, but here you can see, for example, the amount of turns it takes to create a unit, what is the total resource intake from a city, what's the city size within the city page, and a few other changes within the game itself. No balance change, however. All units remain as they are in vanilla. Throwing an interface there, which I'm not particularly a fan of. Forgot to switch that off, but that's alright. But let's do that now. Graphic options, throne, there you go. So we can possibly settle. I'm going for code laws and monarchy as soon as I can. Not a great starting land. I did get a chariot, but it does consume my second slot, which for one city pop means I get less production, which is not great. Not a particularly strong starting point. If we can get like Wales or something. And that, no, we didn't. So I should move war back. Okay, we do get Wales over there. There may be a settled location here, but it wouldn't be great. I stayed far too long without my warrior in the starting city. Exploring a bit too much for no particular reason. Probably start moving this guy back. Starting irrigations. Alright, so we have a strong spot over there. Up top here we have a decent spot. This is 45 by 50 map, so it's a tiny bit larger than the smallest map iteration. So we'll most likely get 4 to 5 cities per civ before like we have border clashes and things like that. Getting a good amount of gold. You know, I'll just buy my first settler because I took a few turns too long. Let's actually keep a second settler on the way now. I'm thinking where should I place this other city? I could do so here. It wouldn't have much of anything. Maybe here so I can get a chance of getting luxury in one of these 3 tiles. I won't lose much for it because there are a few desert spots. I mean, this is obviously the settling spot I want. You know what? Maybe I should just go for it. Okay, now this is interesting. Maybe we should have settled 1 north just to get the water tile. That's right. I'm gonna move to the south here. We are playing Raging Hordes, so expect many barbs. I should probably sell a bit more east here to get a better city spot, but the thing is, if I settle 1 northeast, I can probably fit like 4 cities here. So let's think about this a little bit. If I sell in where I am right now. Which means I can put probably a second city over here. And a third city up top here if I get another luxury in these spots. None of them will be that great. But I got 3 cities instead of like one brilliant city over here. Or over here actually. Maybe a second one over here. Yeah, let's do this actually. Let's do this. Okay. Is an interesting thing. If you change to units that require less production, they're cheaper to buy than if you straight up buy a unit with like 4 rows. Okay, so we can definitely get another city over there. Should have maybe rethought my tech path a bit better. So let's start moving out towards that third city. Have to undo them so he's free next turn. Okay. Just wait a turn. Another turn. No. I could also simply not go for water at all. Despite me seeming a bit isolated from others, I could go like a full isolation tech build where I go like heavy on land if I'm expanding towards someone, but I have a lot of land, so I can get quite a few number of cities. I'm thinking probably this spot for the next city. Yeah. It's 45 am, disband him, get another settler. They did pillage, which is unfortunate. Maybe I can get that later. We'll see. Get a phalanx. I think he disappears this turn. We'll see. I'll actually go south. I do want monarchy. I'm not seem to be getting it. Oh, that's excellent. I'm gonna get a barb leader, and the highest difficulty that means it's 150 gold for Waxen, which is excellent. So I'll just buy another settler immediately. I will start working on the Great Library here. And I will actually disband the. Well, actually, I'm not sure if I will disband my that chariot in the city. I'm thinking if I should settle the whales, or if I go south. I'm gonna go south for the time being. Not a great settled spot here. Let's keep moving south. Take this spot for the whales. Oh, there you go. Let's carry on south. Taking this long to get monarchy is really troublesome because I have really low tech right now. That's quite slow. Okay, there we go. So we have 5 good city spots. Quite isolated, which is very unusual. There we go. Now we get monarchy, so we get the better government level, which means we get more from our resources. And the problem is with despotism. Also, if you settle too much, too quick, you start having happiness issues. So you need units in cities quite quick. I'll go 2 units in every city. And now we need to stop settling for a while. So let's get roads, and then let's get irrigation set up. I didn't mean to get the barracks there. I should have switched it back to the temple, but I forgot. Now that could be an issue. Yeah, let's get monarchy as soon as possible. Let's buy that. I don't think they'll land like elephants just said, or cavalry that can move twice in one turn. So the phalanx should be able to tank barbs that land. I will fortify with phalanx and will attack with the warrior. Because if they defeat the city, now he won't be able to attack the city, and the phalanx gets to fortify next turn, which increases his defense. Yeah, let's get another phalanx in there. There we go, and he's a veteran unit right now, which is pretty good. And Neapolis as well. That's excellent. We might need to get units from Bay over to our capital. So let's let the temple build. Let's get a phalanx going, and let's move that phalanx to our capital. Now we need 2 units in temple in every city due to deity difficulty and the happiness issue that we have early on. So that's a little period of stagnation right there, but that's alright. Possible another city location down here. But I don't think I'll be settling that much just yet. Let's start irrigation. I might need a 3rd unit quite soon, unfortunately. Let's see, what do we need now? Let's get masonry. Phalanxes in all cities, temples in all cities. We definitely need a settler there. Let's change this to more production for the time being until I get my 3rd unit in there, since we don't have a temple. So in deity difficulty early on, let's move that phalanx there. We'll get another in here. Let's get a bit more production. So in deity difficulty early on, let's support him and fortify. Happiness management is kind of a big part of the game, right? Tends to die off later on because you get quite a few different methods in which you can handle happiness issues. All right, this is a very interesting spot because even though we have few food tiles, we have 2 fish, which means it can sustain growth for quite a while. At the same time, this spot is probably better, so let's explore here. If we can get a few more food tiles here, we can get a massive production from the coal. The fish really helps out with the food early on. Let's get a horseman and explore north. I got 3 units here. Yeah, we still have the chariot there. Let's actually skip. Let's get mathematics. No, let's get polytheism for elephants if we find anyone, which is quite unusual actually. I don't remember last time I've taken me this long to find another sieve in such a small map. Let's start getting irrigation towards the other sections there. I'm thinking if we should get a lighthouse or just a wander. I'm gonna start the pyramids here. Let's see if we can get lucky with that. But my major goal is getting the let's get city walls. And a settler over there. My major goal is a great library, right? So I'm gonna save up gold to straight up buy that. Get city walls here too, so I don't have to be concerned about. I should not have gotten this settler. I think this was a bit too much. That's alright. We do need irrigation going as soon as possible, though. So the French are in the game. Let's get mysticism, probably philosophy, to see if we can get the extra tech. Another quality of life change from this mod is, and the settlers, you can see how many turns they take to perform their changes to whatever you're doing to the land tile. So it's really, this mod just adds a bunch of quality of life things, which is excellent. Another tech, which is wonderful. And the inevitable barbarian horde. So now we can go to Rome and support that phalanx. So we free up the spot here, and now this horseman isn't costing us extra production here. Let's move that over there. So what wonder got built? I missed that. We're going to have to irrigate the desert, which is unfortunate. But we need to irrigate the bison. Definitely need that extra food. We did get to 5 pop without a temple. You can't support that. Start getting city walls everywhere. I don't want to have to worry about barbs taking cities. Now, where do we want to go next? I mean, triple spot here sounds really good, right? Coal. Sorry, this one here. Coal. Wheat. Whale. Not much food, not much production, but those tiles would justify it. Then at some point later on in the game, I'd settle probably this middle ground somewhere. Just so we don't have empty spaces, because if the AI finds this later on, they will settle. So yeah, let's start moving the settler north. And I want to start getting my cities connected by roads sooner rather than later. So I'm just gonna have him take the long trek up there. Let's get pottery so we can start. Oh, okay, so this is a really, really interesting city spot right here. So we definitely want to just run up north to settle that. And we might want to get an elephant from Vey at some point. So these bottom cities are quite safe. I think we will maybe start getting libraries. Get a bit more science. Science early on helps a lot. We're already getting 2 wonders. Let's start doing that. I will accompany my settler. Alright, so Zulus are finishing pyramids this turn. I don't have the gold to finish that. So we're gonna have to move to something else. I didn't want to spend too long here. This is the city with the barracks. So I want to get units out, but I've already invested a bit too much production into wonders. The Colossus could be interesting. Extra trade, the city that has done, that'll be quite nice. Let's get a bit more. Alright, so let's see if I can deactivate the council. I don't really need that to keep showing up all the time. Can we deactivate the console? I'm not sure, actually. Oh, sorry, I minimized that. I don't think we can deactivate the console. That's alright. So we got the Colossus there. Let's change the Great Library to Great Wall. We can buy the Great Library in our capital finally. So that means that despite us being kind of far behind in tech early on, this should allow us to start catching up. So it is completely busted, right? This Wandering Civ 2. I shouldn't have gotten that hut just yet before I settled and put a unit in that city. This could be a major issue. I'm gonna have to wait there for a turn. So quite a few wonders got built now, right? Yeah, so we got Hanging Garden, which is happiness early on, which would have been a bit useful as well. So there you go, now the... see if it could be the first one to get philosophy, and all the tech is going to start popping in, which is excellent. And we got a few early cities, which is good as well. I think it's time we start thinking about getting to 6 or 7 cities. Since we're so isolated, I think we could just expand a bit freely here. Oh, I actually skipped my turn there by mistake. We do have the corruption here, but I don't think it justifies the cost of courthouse just yet. You know what, let's get an elephant. Just so we have some military presence in that region. So now I got a capital going quite well. Let's get some city walls, right? City walls are always a good idea. Even though I'm quite isolated, there will be barbs. Let's start getting libraries. Start catching up in tech a bit. So the city got quite a bit of irrigation. I'm gonna start moving him. I actually thought of moving him to the capital. Maybe we should get the freely supported settler over there. Start granaries. Got construction, which is good. Currency. So now the tech's gonna start piling in, right? So let's get this free guy over there. Start carrying irrigation in our capital. Now, where do we want to settle? Probably fill out this space right here. So, for example, that could be a decent spot. There's a bit too much desert, so maybe one up, one north, where we can change both jungles to grasslands. But then we're quite limited on production right there. This spot we're limited on food. This isn't great settling land. Although this spot here, we'll have grasslands. I mean, we'll have 3, 4, 5, 6 spots for food and then a bunch of spots for production. It's not a fantastic city, but I think it's decent enough, and we fill out the space, which we definitely have to do. You know what? Let's do that. Which city has more food? Oh yeah, so Kime has less food, so that will be the setup I'll use to build the city in, so you can start roads. Let's get on the irrigation going. Kime can move north. So there we go, our first civ that we meet. They're quite far out, which means I don't have to be worried about getting military units that far up that soon. Let's see. Let's give them free tech. They have probably more units than we do. Do we want to get war into English before we meet them? I think so. So we're allied to the Spanish. We give them food. We declare war on their enemies, which we don't even know yet. So we got the first one to philosophy, which is excellent. Now I can get monotheism. Now this is quite interesting. So I was going for Leonardo's workshop, but this is one of the best wonders in the game, right? Especially in the base game without no numbers being edited, because we get free cathedral in each city, which means we get free happiness in cities. So what we can start thinking of very soon, if we are able to acquire that wonder, which I think we should be able to. And start getting markets as well. Actually, this could be the play. 22 turns here. 58 turns there. Yeah, this is definitely the play. So let's start getting Crusaders. We're going to send a third unit over here, and we're building Michelangelo's chapel over there. So we need a bit of gold. Yeah, we can get tech. Oh, I shouldn't have given them monotheism. That was not a very smart move, and I forgot to ask him for maps as well. So that was a pretty poor turn, which is why I should always do things probably not as fast as I did. I kind of went through the motions automatically because I'm so used to it at this point. We can't buy that. Actually, let's cancel that. We need to improve that coal as soon as possible. Maybe start moving in that direction as well. So we got trade, which is huge. Let's get some Crusaders. Again, I just want military presence in most of our cities. So let's start getting irrigation towards that wheat. Sun Tzu for these Zulus. So all the units are veterans for the time being, which is huge for the game. So we definitely don't want to get near them for the time being. Alright. We can't support him here, which means we get the extra production, which is what I wanted. And let's get our libraries. You can help out with the irrigation. Yep. Let's get catapults, actually. You know what? Yeah, let's get catapult. Then we're gonna get a trireme. I want to start exploring a bit more with my boats. Even though with boats you don't meet other civs, they're good for exploring the map as well. Actually, after this crusade, I'm gonna get an explorer as well. Just want to start getting units out there, meeting others. Let's get city walls as soon as we can. You're way too isolated from everyone else, which is not a good thing. Alright. Got a first pike, which is good. I'm just gonna explore there. Veterancy, which is great. Gonna get the trireme from here, then the explorer from one of these two cities. So whenever you have large swaths of non-settled land, you start getting barbarian uprisings, especially in the higher settings of barbarian spawns, which is what's happening right now. So astronomy is interesting. Copernicus doubles your science input. It should be a higher priority for me, honestly, because it is an excellent building to get, especially in a city, for example, that has a river, which is the case of my capital. Trade in this game is converted into sciences. So for example, if I take the citizen, I convert him to scientist, I get the extra science yields from it. So I really can start like stacking these things up. So Spanish loss is sent to them, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to pay this barb, which is very unfortunate. You know what? Maybe I can save him with a Crusader. Just keep the Crusader there. Get a marketplace. Is the Turim? Yeah, Turim is building over there. And there you go. We lost 2 rolls. So we lost 2 units. Even though one was fortified. And with that, we lost the city as well. So that's very unfortunate. That's why city walls are quite important, especially early on. So let's start exploring with that. Let's clear orders there, or else he'll move with the track which I didn't really want him to do for the time being. And getting him next turn, which is excellent. Now I forgot to buy this a few turns ago, so I could have bought city walls there. I'm gonna buy them over here then. Let's buy a Crusader as well. Let's move these to safety. Now Pompey should be safe, which is good. You know, I'm gonna get catapult just to make absolutely sure. Now with Michelangelo's, what I'm gonna be doing everywhere, pretty much, is just spamming settlers. Now I'm gonna put cities everywhere because we have free cathedrals, which means free happiness in all of our cities. So we want to start settler spamming again. Let's move this tribe north to actually explore our coastline, see if we can find any resources up here. Alright, Zulus are going to find me very soon. We're getting invention in 23 turns. That's fairly reasonable. If he moves east, that's another 150 gold, which is excellent. And he didn't, unfortunately. Alright. Let's see if we can catch that barb leader. Oh, this was a mistake. That's alright. You know what? Let's keep it. We have so much extra production in the city. That's absolutely fine. We're gonna explore both sides at the same time. Now, also one other benefit with the extra happiness for the time being is that we don't need the 3rd unit in the city. I don't think the 3rd unit actually even provides much happiness. So maybe I should be moving them out. It's been a while. I don't remember that exactly. And you know what? Let's try for Copernicus here. If nobody settles it, we could try snagging that. All right, so we got an extra fish here, which means that this tile, which I thought was mediocre beforehand, is actually quite decent right now. So I have 4 really good food tiles, which should support it in the early game, right? So let's resettle that city so the barb despawned, which is unfortunate. Still getting the free tech. I don't think we can make use of those whales. Free chivalry, free banking. So this is how we keep up with the tech in the early game. That's how broken the unit is. Very unfortunate. Maybe should have waited for the trireme to be a bit closer, but that's alright. Let's get granaries in some of these cities. I'm building a few too many units. Let's move him up to... Yeah, let's get him here on the right-hand side. Okay. Not the best spot for them to be, but could already justify settling the corner. Are you on food here? Yeah, let's get one more irrigated tile. Yeah, the explorer guys. Resettling that spot. Not great, but it is what it is. Actually, I can't settle with that settler. It's a free resource, so I want to do that. Another spot down there. So meet the Zulus. No trade, no maps, nothing of interest. Let's start getting... We'll grow that soon. Are we in corruption? We're fine. Let's get a harbor. Now, I've uncovered some sea tiles, so to open a few more interesting options like settling here for the whales. Settling at top for both of the fish. That could be another spot. Whales and wheat, always strong. Possibly a third one here as well. Now, there's no way to connect this outer sea to the inner sea. That would be very interesting, right? Settling a city in one of these spots that would connect the outer ocean to the inner one. And then, for example, having another city here, or we would connect these 4 tiles as well. That's all right. We could think of, for example, a city over here. It would be a terrible city, but it would at least allow they to build seafaring units as well. You know what, folks? I think we've gone over our timer a bit already. So this is going to be the first session for this map. I've enjoyed it. And stick around for the next parts. Thank you.